slavery still exists in 2025. In Pakistan, there are over 20,000 brick kilns, employing around 4.5 million workers, including over 1 million children. In these brick kilns, workers mold bricks by hand, with no access to safety gear and such poor conditions. This is truly brutal work. They are forced to work for 12 to 16 hours a day. On top of this, they are paid little to no wages. The majority of these workers aren't there by choice. They are enslaved by something called bonded labour. Bonded labour is when someone is in need of a small amount of money, perhaps to pay a medical bill or to buy food for their family. The brick kiln owner loans them this money. The idea is that the worker will pay this off through labour. Terms of repayment are often deceitful. Instead of their debt being paid off, it significantly increases with interest and deductions. The workers are left without any knowledge of how much they owe. They are only told that they are still in debt and must continue to pay said debt. Soon, their entire family is needed to work to pay back the debt. Instead of going to school, children are moulding bricks beside their parents. These workers often live beside the brick kiln in extremely poor conditions. They are not allowed to leave. There are guards with guns, and anyone who tries to escape is punished. This debt continuously grows and is passed on through generations. Innocent children are born into a life of bonded labour. Making bricks is all they will ever know. They are stuck in an endless loop of being in debt and having to work to pay it back. Bonded labour is illegal in Pakistan. Corruption and poverty allows these brick kiln owners to exploit people in need of money. Christians make up less than 2% of Pakistan's population. In some areas, up to 80% of brick kiln workers are Christian. Due to Pakistan being an Islamic state, they lack legal protection and often don't have identification papers. They are easy to exploit and hard to protect. It often occurs that Christians are offered freedom from their debt if they convert to Islam. Once converted to Islam, legally they cannot leave the religion, and trying to leave is considered blasphemous. Blasphemy is punishable by death. Even when they have agreed to convert to Islam, they are deceived and their debt still exists. They are slaves with no chance of freedom. With Pakistan being an Islamic state, Christians are widely persecuted. They are extremist religious political groups who have a goal of persecuting Christians, burning churches, lynching and murdering innocent people, using blasphemy laws to cover up their crimes. Voice for Justice, a campaign advocating for religious freedom and supporting Christians who face persecution due to their faith. They have been in contact with numerous families who are trapped in these brick kilns. Joseph Jansen, along with people working on the ground, recently went to a brick kiln and found a family of 12 suffering from bonded labour. 4 men, 4 women, and 4 children. One of the women was pregnant and another in a wheelchair.
This woman was able to walk in the past. She got paralyzed due to the sickness and due to the lack of checkup, lack of the medicine, lack of the going to the hospital, not allowing to the hospital. So that's why she became paralyzed. They told us that they had been trapped for a very long time with no way out. The kiln owner had placed an armed guard over them to force them to make more bricks than their physical capacity.
मेरा टाइम ही कोई नहीं रह गया साहब लाल सोने बस नहीं जानते
पर्दा लगा के ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਗਨੈਂਟ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ
ਦਵਾਈ ਦਾਰੂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ
ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਇਹ ਔਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਤੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਰੋਕਿਆ
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਡਰਦੇ ਮਾਲਕ ਖੁਦ ਜੋ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਾਓ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾ ਲਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਾ ਲਵਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਐਸਾ ਸਹੂਲਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਅੱਡੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਪੁਰਸ਼ਨ
ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੱਦ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਾਈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਤੱਤੀ ਰੇਤ ਆ ਤੱਤੀ ਕੇਰੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਪਾਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਜੇਠ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਡਾ ਮਾਰਿਆ
Christian women in bonded labour are often threatened, blackmailed, sexually harassed and raped.
ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ
ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਰਦਾ
ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ
ਮੀਆਂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਆਈ ਫੌਤ ਤੇ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਪੈਰ 'ਚ ਸੱਟਾਂ ਵੱਜਦੇ
That day, with a lot of difficulty, Joseph and his team managed to extract the pregnant woman and the woman in the wheelchair. They helped them escape the brick kiln and move them to a sheltered home. While trying to help the family escape, brick kiln guards swarmed the rescue team. Unfortunately, the rest of the family were left behind. The mission is not over.
The very next day, Masih's family called us that she has spoken with her husband who is behind at the brick hill, that the brick hill owner is threatening him. He has also beaten him and threatened him to death. He said, if your family member will not return back to the brick hill and will not start working, I will chop the children who are remaining at the brick hill.
ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਲਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਨੇ ਕਰ ਲਵਣ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਹਰਹਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਕਰ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪੂਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰੋਸਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਲਾਕ ਕਰ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਥਿਆਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵੱਢ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਸਬਕ ਸਿਖਾ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ
Voice for Justice became desperate, looking to politicians, influential people and the Brick Kiln Association, but they were no help. The head of the Brick Kiln Association refused any type of negotiation and even refused when Voice of Justice offered to pay the family's debt. They threatened that wherever this family would run, they would find them and return them to the brick kiln. It was obvious to Joseph that the only solution was to send a rescue team and retrieve the rest of the family themselves. With rescue experts and a security team, by the grace of God, Voice of Justice managed to retrieve the entire family, freeing them from the brick kiln and reuniting them with their family, far away from the chains of the brick kiln. It was an intense rescue mission. One of the members of the rescue team was shot in the leg. Luckily, he survived. The family are now safe in a sheltered home over 100,000 kilometers away from the brick kiln. On the third day, after the pregnant woman was rescued, she was free to go to the hospital and gave birth to a healthy baby boy.
ਭਾਈ ਜੋਸਫ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਸੀਲੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਟਾ ਮੁਹੱਈਆ ਕੀਤਾ ਖੁਦਾਵੰਦ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਝ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਮਰ ਹੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਖੁਦਾਵੰਦ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਫਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਦੁਆ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਐਸੀ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਨਾ ਆਏ, ਕਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਸਾ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ। ਖੁਦਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਰਵੇ। ਮੇਰੀ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਇਆ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੈ ਸਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਸੀਲੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਵੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਦੁਆ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਰਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਘੱਟ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਖੁਦਾਵੰਦ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਰੀਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਵੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਲਈ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ। ਖੁਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਕੁ ਤੰਦਰੁਸਤੀ ਦੇਵੇ, ਇੰਨੀ ਕੁ ਕਾਮਯਾਬੀ ਦੇਵੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਰ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਮਦਦ ਲੈਣ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ ਮੁਹੱਈਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ।
Voice for Justice continues to fight for the freedom of these Christian families bonded in labour. They have recently freed a blind man who had inherited his father's debt after his father became physically disabled. A further 6 families consisting of 32 people have been rescued and freed from debt bondage. Voice for Justice has given them safety, a home, has provided food, clothing and a rickshaw to support their livelihood.
Now they are free. Their children can go to school, they can go to church, but there are many more still entrapped of slavery. That's where I need your prayers and support so that we can find them and we can give the chance and opportunity to live freely, follow Jesus freely, go to church and live with dignity.